One thing that I have noticed about people that are like very anti-science or like just against like modern medicine is that they will sometimes use like scientific literature or statistics to try to support their position. And then when you actually go and look at that scientific literature or statistics, you realize the person was not interpreting it correctly, or they were like cherry picking things, or in some way, shape, or form, just like misusing information to support their claim. The most common like illogical mistake that I think a lot of people make is that correlation equals causation. So when they see like two things being correlated with each other, they automatically assume that one of those things caused the other. And if you have any basic understanding of like science and statistics, you know that that just isn't the case. I think a lot of Americans are not scientifically literate. They, even if they do go and try to like read a scientific study or paper, they won't understand it and won't know how to interpret it in order to use it to support whatever it is they're trying to claim. We're in an age and day now where people just like Google things, and they think if they Googled it and read a few papers that they found, that they're the expert and they know better than the people that actually study these things for a living and make it their whole career to understand certain things. On the one hand, like there's so much information literally at your fingertips. You can just Google things in a matter of seconds on your phone, but also there's so much misinformation. And I think a lot of people lack critical thinking skills and lack like reasoning. So being able to read is not enough if you can't think critically and you don't understand like scientific research methods and like how to interpret things. Like you're supposed to learn all of that when you go through higher education, but a lot of people still don't know how to do that even if they graduated from college. One of my colleagues today was telling me about their patient who was anti-vax and didn't want to get vaccines for their child. And the patient apparently made a comment like, I know science too. It's like, okay, but you're not a doctor and you didn't study these things and you don't seem to be understanding like the risks of not vaccinating your kids. Like when you start asking people like more questions, you realize they don't even like think about that. They don't even think about like what the risk is of not doing like a recommended like just routine medical care. I just think it makes more sense to trust people who have expertise in certain areas if you don't. Like, if I'm gonna go like in a spaceship and go to outer space, I'm gonna trust like the astrophysicist and the astronaut who has studied this and has done it before, as opposed to like, I don't know, a janitor who happened to work at NASA and overheard some things, but never like actually went through any training or experienced anything. I just want to know what it is that makes people